Welcome to episode 7 of our deep dive series on The Obstacle is the Way. Today, we are figuring out how to stop making our own problems worse. So picture this. You get a text, and a massive deal just fell through.
Ooh. Or maybe your flight is unexpectedly canceled.
Yeah, exactly. Or a pipe just burst in your basement and there was water pouring everywhere. What happens next? Instant panic. I mean, your heart rate spikes, your breathing gets shallow, and your brain just screams.
Right, and that biological response is just your amygdala taking over. It is,
Hmm.
pumping adrenaline into your system to prepare you for a physical threat. But here is the crucial realization from the text. That initial event, the canceled flight or the burst pipe, is actually never the worst part of the situation.
Wait, really? A burst pipe is not the worst part.
No, it is not. The worst part is the event combined with losing your head. Because when you panic, you are simply leaving yourself with two entirely separate problems to solve.
Oh, I see. Because you still have a flooded basement, but now you also have to manage a full-blown internal meltdown. But, okay, if a pipe literally bursts in my house, my brain is screaming for a reason. I mean, I have to move fast. Are you saying I should just stand there and, philosophize while my house turns into a swimming pool?
No, not at all. Urgency and panic are two distinctly different things.
Right.
When you panic, your prefrontal cortex, which is the logical problem-solving part of your brain, it basically shuts down.
Right.
So you might sprint to the basement, but in your frantic state, you slip on the water. Or, you rip at the wrong valve and snap the handle completely off. Panic multiplies our problems because it relies on blind reaction.
So because panic multiplies the problems, we have to cultivate a clear head. It overrides that biological instinct.
Yes, it keeps that prefrontal cortex online so you can move urgently but accurately. And that clear head leads directly to steady hands.
Okay, so a clear head leads to steady hands. But what exactly are we supposed to do with those hands? Because, I mean, when I'm stressed, my immediate instinct is to just start doing things to feel busy and regain some sense of control.
Well, we often confuse mere action with right action. Flailing around or acting brashly or using brute force, that might make you feel productive for a second.
Yeah, like you are just hammering away at it out of fear.
Right. But right action is directed, step-by-step movement. It is creatively and systematically dismantling the obstacle.
It is like a tightly tangled knot in a shoelace. If your brain is panicking, you just default to brute force. You aggressively yank on the ends of the strings, hoping it just snaps open.
And we all know that never works.
Exactly. Yanking only pulls the knots tighter. You cement the problem. Action is more like examining the knot, finding the one correct thread, and deliberately, carefully pulling it to loosen the whole thing.
Right, because if you rip the shoelace completely by using brute force, well, you have ruined the shoe entirely. Right. Action is the deliberate pulling of that correct thread. It is a calculated courage. You assess the reality, you weigh the negative possibilities, and you step forward with deliberate purpose. Every single movement serves the ultimate goal of getting the knot undone.
Knowing we need deliberate purpose is great for a burst pipe or a tangled shoe. But what about the invisible problems? I mean, sometimes my strongest human instinct is not brute force. It is simply to pull the covers up over my head and pretend a problem does not exist. How do we override the urge to ignore?
Well, avoidance is just another form of losing your head. To build the discipline of action, you have to start small.
How small are we talking?
Instead of shutting down, use your very next daily interaction as a practice ground. Make your very next conversation or, your next simple transaction at a store a deliberate opportunity to take one calculated forward step without excuses. Do not defer a decision. Make it.
So practice taking one deliberate step. As the text puts it, and I love this, a clearer head makes for steadier hands, and those hands must be put to work.
That is so true. You do not control the setback itself, but you always retain the power to choose how you greet it. You can meet your obstacles with energy, with craftiness, with a deliberate process, and a strategic vision.
Consider the biggest obstacle in your life right now. Ask yourself how tackling it boldly might be the exact preparation you need for your ultimate goal. What if this specific struggle is building the precise mental muscle you will need 5 years from now for a challenge you cannot even see yet? Think about that. And please remember to like and subscribe to get notified about the next episode.